So first, we need to investigate this unforeseen tech issue. We need the team to do the investigation, assess the impact, and suggest ways to fix it. Okay, so yeah, we need the team to look at that for sure. Stakeholder, a senior compliance officer refuses to approve the new data governance model, citing unresolved security concerns. That's really important. So we meet senior compliance officer and gather info on unresolved security concerns. We need to understand how critical they are. We can postpone the fix and some sort of tech specs as to what needs doing. Yeah, so compliance is basically we just have to do it. We cannot not do it, right? Because then we will not be compliant, and we're risking facing huge fines or facing like inability to even work as a bank. And for banks, compliance is a critical issue. So we need to collaborate closely with this compliance officer to make sure that we have no unresolved security concerns whatsoever. Cost investigation. Microsoft's cost audit flagged third-party integrations with unknown expenses. Wow. So third-party integrations with unknown expenses, we definitely definitely not stopping them first. We investigate what they are and then decide how critical they are for the project. So we can't just like stop them immediately because something might break, some other functionality that we're using might break just because we can't just stop them because we don't like them. We need to make sure first, we need to make sure nothing breaks. Uh, Before we stop them, because if something breaks, then we need to understand what exactly and what is the implication of that. Okay, so we have 5 actions remaining, and we have this reviewed project documentation, identified missing governance policies on conflicting documentation, cost reports showed uncontrolled services, yeah. Multiple versions of data ingestion frameworks with no clear ownership. So on data ingestion frameworks. Why is that, basically? So with data ingestion frameworks, we need to understand why do we have multiple data ingestion frameworks? Who is using them? And can they use single data ingestion framework because it will simplify things for us? And most probably it will be much more accurate. And so basically, we can't bend the knee to everyone who wants to ingest some data. We need some sort of clear data ingestion framework, and we need to share it with everyone. And people who work with us, they have to prepare their data so that they can ingest it via our tool. Yeah, so there is no need for multiple ways to ingest data. Um, okay, so cost. We will review what happened. Multiple versions of data ingestion framework. We need to investigate that further. Okay. The team is overloaded maintaining old system while also building new data lake. So with this, can we probably need some help with maintenance of existing solution while we're doing this new thing. Do we have some sort of L3, L4 support? We are probably L4, but maybe we have L2, L3 support probably. Do we have L2, L3 support teams who might step in and resolve on like majority of ongoing issues for us? Can we bring contractors for the to help us with ongoing support? Yeah, so basically we need to ask sponsors what is the best way to tackle this problem. Because we can probably just get contractors and they might help us. Um, for example, we can bring 3 contractors for 6 months who would help us with maintaining ongoing solution, with ongoing maintenance of the solution. And we need to prepare change request with the above and business as the project sponsor or steer. Well, what's the best way? Do it. Or we might do nothing and then project takes longer. So that's another option. We can just use existing resources, and then the project takes longer. But I don't want the team to be overloaded, because if the team is overloaded, they burn out, and we might have a lot of issues with that. No clear alignment on the most urgent reports needed. So 6, we need some sort of portfolio management where we have or um, to help identify reports, priorities. I would say priorities. Yeah, so basically we need some sort of portfolio management or product management framework to help identify priorities with reports to deliver. If business stakeholders argue about what reports we need to work on first, and what features we need to deliver first. We need some sort of governance framework in the product side of things. Maybe we need a product owner who is capable of gathering all this information, all these inputs from business stakeholders, processing them, and providing priorities for us. So maybe PO can be assigned to the project. Maybe we can have a committee responsible for setting priorities. If we don't have strategy, first thing we need to escalate to sponsors of the project. Yeah, so basically, first thing we need to have is the strategy. Why we're doing things we're doing. What are the outcomes we're trying to achieve for the business? Based on the strategy, we will have some goals. And based on these goals, we will have priorities provided by business stakeholders. If we don't have strategy, we can't do that. If we don't have goals, we can't set priorities because people will just argue and we will just do uh, things for someone who yells the most, basically, or shouts the most, which is not the good way to prioritize and focus resources. Okay, so we focus on agile cadence and cost of runs. Governance is business analyst, yeah, and waiting review. Okay, so let's go with the next section, and let's see how it goes. So investigating the missing transaction data issue, the team analyzed ingestion logs and found that transaction data from legacy systems was not mapped correctly during ingestion. Oh, that's bad. So basically, we ingested some data that wasn't mapped correctly, and it might compromise the whole data ingested. Uh-huh. But no monitoring alerts were set up to catch them. Oh, okay, so we don't have... we need better monitoring in place. All financial reports, including the priority, are unreliable. AGA. So we definitely need to fix this. Set up automated ingestion validation and error handling process to prevent silent failures. Yes. Yeah. We need better monitoring. That's for sure. Meet with senior compliance officer on security concerns. So let's do one by one. Ingested and missing transaction data issue. This is huge because if the data is unreliable, there is no point in even providing reports. So we need to fix first investigated the missing data.